30. Coming in second, Russ Yoder and his tractor he calls Extra Butter, and finishing up the podium was Kevin Schmucker and Get Her Done Deer. On to the modified minis, it was Adam Bauer picking up yet another win on the 2026 season with Iron Toy, tugging the sled 357, 4 feet better than Chase Richardson and Vibrator, and 5 feet better than Grant Theobald's Little Wicked. In his home state, Paul Holman picked up the win over the other four-wheel drives, with Foreplay getting 4 feet on the field. Justin Grace took second, and Taylor Corsa took third. Wrapping up the evening was the big class of two-wheel drive trucks. 28 made the trip to Napoleon for the single hook. And just to put it into perspective, the top 9 all went over 330, but only 2 went over 340, including Donnie Sullivan and Big Stick going 342, Alan Kane took Mad Max 341, and Ryan Witzel took his truck he calls At It Again 338, which put him in third. There were a bunch of regional hooks last week, including Norwalk, Wisconsin hosting 8 classes in Region 3. Newton, Wisconsin had 6 classes of Region 3 pullers, and Region 2 went to Sandusky, Ohio with 5 classes making the trip and another 5 classes going to Coldwater, Michigan. You can see the results either at ntpapoll.com or the NTPA app, where you can see live results. This week, all eyes are on Pole Town. Bowling Green had pullers showing up last weekend, when polling doesn't even start until Thursday. The pits will be busy with 12. Yes, 12 Grand National classes making their way to Pole Town. Now you know where I got the nickname, don't you? Camping has been sold out for weeks, and getting a hotel has been more and more difficult the closer we've gotten to the start of the National Tractor Pulling Championships. If you can't make it, you can watch from the comfort of your man cave via fullpole.live. Polls that may be a little closer to home this week you can watch in person include Region 2 in Barrington Springs, Michigan, and Norwalk, Ohio. Also, there's a Wisconsin Tractor Pullers Association hook in Colby, Wisconsin. Get more info and see the entire schedule of NTA polls on the app or ntpapoll.com. This has been the NTPA Overnight Report. I'm Greg Hunter. Remember, pull hard.
Alrighty, the gremlins got us. Got the mouse back. All right, back at it here. So you can dial us back up, Sasquatch. I'm anxious to hear the story. Something, he said, you ain't going to believe this. Now, normally, if a truck driver says that, that means he's lying, doesn't it? So, 844-844-3388. And moving over, we've had so much discussion about the modern technology, the flock cameras, the opposition. Interesting from CDL Strong this past day. The transportation attorney Matthew Leffler spoke to the Commercial Carrier Journal, stating that flock camera data has been cited as evidence in at least 1 hours of service violation. That kind of puts a whole new twist on it for the trucking community, right? The driver's log reportedly showed the truck stationary. The roadside camera reportedly showed the truck moving. Leffler says we're going to see more cases like these as these cameras expand around the country. Think about what that potentially means for trucking. Your ELD creates one record, but the roadside cameras can create another independent record of where your truck actually appeared, he says. As we've been discussing heavily as of late, those flock cameras capture not only license plate, location, a timestamp, vehicle color, make, and model, some of the distinguishing vehicle characteristics. And I believe I actually caught the video. I shared that this past day of the roadside inspection where the officer was speaking to a driver that had limited English proficiency, but he had enough to be able to speak with the officer. But he was saying, you see this? This right here says, your log says you were parked. Then he pulls up the actual video on the, he's got the photographic evidence. This is your truck in this location. This is your truck number. That's one of the vehicle distinguishing characteristics. There was no denying it. And the driver of the truck didn't argue. It's like, yeah, you got me. They're not speed cameras. They're not automatically issuing out of service violations. But transportation attorney Doug Marcello pointed out that multiple camera observations could theoretically establish where a vehicle was at different times and locations. Now imagine the investigation. Your electronic log says off-duty or stationary. Meanwhile, a roadside database shows your truck in another location at that same time. Suddenly, investigators have another piece of evidence to compare against the log, and that's why Robinson matters far beyond. Truckers are already, leaving a massive digital trail. You've got your ELD, you've got the GPS, you've got the toll readers, weigh stations, fuel transactions, inspection records, shipper timestamps, dash cameras, and now, potentially, thousands of roadside license plate observations. One camera does not reconstruct an entire trip, but as these networks become larger and agencies share information, authorities could potentially piece together part of a truck's movement, relying solely on the carrier's ELD without relying on just the ELD or GPS. And the technology may not stop at hours of service. Leffler says future uses could potentially include enforcement involving truck route restrictions, weight limits, and other violations, depending on local law and how the technology develops moving forward. Right now, there's no nationwide program automatically comparing flock cameras against your ELD. Robinson's camera used for truck route enforcement and the attorney's reported hours of service case are also not established at the same incident. But the underlying capability is now pretty much, it's impossible to ignore. The ELD may no longer be the only electronic witness to where your truck was. For honest drivers, these records could potentially work both ways. A time-stamped camera observation might someday help confirm a driver's account, establish that a truck wasn't somewhere it was being accused of being, or provide evidence after a crash or cargo theft. But for someone fiddling with their logs, there may increasingly be cameras along the route creating receipts. So here's the question, they say. Are roadside cameras becoming the next layer, potentially, of DOT enforcement? Wow. Okay. And the plot thickens. What do you say, Sasquatch?
Well, good morning. How are you? And just FYI, I come through Jackson, Ohio, and I seen $6 a gallon for diesel fuel.
Wow.
Tonight.
Okay. Yep.
All right. The story that I have, and as the old saying goes, you know a truck driver's lying when his lips are moving, okay? And this is one that I can't believe happened, but it happened to me Friday night. I was coming through a little one-horse town in my personal vehicle and had a young lady chase me down. And she was flashing her lights and everything else. I didn't know she was a young lady at the time, but she flashed her lights. I pulled off trying to get away, pulled out some country roads, all that. She followed me, pulled in right behind me, and told me that something flew off of my pickup truck and broke her windshield. This was at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Isn't that a form of road rage to chase me like that? I got turned around, I got out. She seen how tall I was. And she said, oh, shit. Excuse my language, and she says, well, I think that you owe me for my windshield. And I said,
Yeah.
Really? Okay. I said, can you verify that it was me? She goes, I don't know. I said, well, then you have a good day. She actually called the highway patrol on me, and they met me at my house and wanted to know why I left. Midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, I got someone trying to pull this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, and what it was is she went down they had chip sealed a road, and she went down it, and that's the tar and the chip got up in there, and that's what cracked it. But literally followed me. I could not believe it. What if I was some mean, nasty, old, grumpy guy that would have done something? But is that the new kind of generation that we're bringing out in this country nowadays? First of all, how could it be my fault that your windshield got broke? Because if anything fell off of my personal pickup truck, it would have probably smashed the daylights out of the windshield, not put a little rock chip in it.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't believe that. That just totally blew me apart. And it's like, really, you're chasing a pickup truck out through the country to get them to pay for that. She was pissed when OSP told her to go home, call your insurance company. But literally chased me for about 14 miles. And then I finally said, well, okay, if you're going to be that stupid, I'll stop and see what you want.
Yeah. That's
because I got 9 reasons that you won't get out of your vehicle. But never mind. But I guess.
But
what's coming up?
rolling down the highway every single day. I mean, there's rocks and debris and stuff that gets flung up by tires from any kind of vehicle. And you never can per se know which vehicle kicked that rock up.
Right. And it's, I just thought that part, okay, but what bothered me the most is she had the gonads to chase me. Now, mind you, I wasn't going over the speed limit or anything like that, but you're in an Audi and I got a 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive sitting on 30H.
Right.
That pretty much says redneck. Okay. You probably ought to figure out that, he's going to have a gun. Probably not a good idea. And
right.
I just couldn't believe.
Hey, Sasquatch, we got to pause there as we close out hour number 1. We'll be right back.
Truck downtime costs you money. One hidden killer on Cummins ISX-15 engines is weak injector cups. When they leak, coolant gets into the cylinders and suddenly you're facing a big repair bill. Industrial Injection has the fix. Our Torque Lock Injector Cup Kit with a threaded Torque Lock design. These cups stay sealed for good. No more coolant leaks. No more surprise downtime. Keep your truck on the road. Ask your shop for Industrial Injection Torque Lock Injector Cups today. Ready to beat the heat this summer? Keep your long haul, short haul, off-road adventure, or just stay cool while on site with Be Cool. Designed with on or off-the-road vehicles in mind, Be Cool offers you DC-powered cooling, low voltage protection, easy installation, and more. Beat the heat with Be Cool. It's the cooler way to go. With air conditioners for semi-trucks starting at $888. Get yours today. Visit be-coolaircon.com or call 778-590-5000. That's 778-590-5000. 5,000. It's time to step up your fuel filtration game. The AirDog heavy-duty diesel fuel system doesn't just filter fuel like the others. It fully optimizes your truck's fuel system for peak efficiency. The AirDog removes contaminants, including particulates, water, air, and vapor, optimizing the pressure feed, providing your engine with the ultra-clean supply of fuel it needs for the quickest starts, smoothest idle, best fuel economy, and highest performance possible. Get started on the road to optimization today at airdogdiesel.com. Truckers spend lots of hours on the road, so when it comes to staying connected, you need a headset that works just as hard as you do. Blue Parrot is the #1 headset brand for professional drivers, and we've taken the quality you've come to expect from us and made it even better. Check out our newest headsets, the Pro B350 and Pro B450, offering you more hours of talk time, better voice control, extreme comfort, and industry-leading AI voice isolation microphones, so you can spend more time talking about the important things and less time repeating yourself. To get yours, check out blueparrot.com. Blue Parrot, hear and be heard.
USA Radio News, I'm Anthony Lucero. The 60-day U.S.-Iran ceasefire expires with tensions rising over the Strait of Hormuz, the U.S. blockade, and Iran's frozen financial assets. Arab intelligence officials say Iran may seek to expand the war. Iran has also reportedly offered a $30,000 bounty for the capture or killing of any American service member. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries told NBC's Meet the Press that Democrats are focused on winning back the House by addressing the high cost of living, health care, and affordability.
And what is clear is that the American people want us to focus on driving down the high cost of living and dealing with the affordability crisis.
Jeffries says the party will unite progressives, moderates, and other Democrats to win a majority in November. President Trump wants to scale back joint military exercises with the South Koreans following Seoul's refusal to join the fight against Iran.
In a Truth Social post touting his very good relationship with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, President Trump said military exercises with South Korea are, quote, totally inappropriate and hostile. Trump said North Korea's Kim has been, quote, unthreatening and respectful, unquote, throughout his presidency. President Trump claims South Korea rejected his offer to join in on the denuclearization of Iran. I'm Rory O'Neill.
Blue states are advancing hundreds of bills challenging Trump's immigration policies.
A new report says Democrats in 32 states have introduced 242 bills aimed at limiting federal immigration enforcement under President Trump. The measures include restrictions on federal agents and detention facilities, with 53 bills already passed in 17 states. Supporters call them safeguards for immigrants, while critics say they obstruct federal authority. Many face legal challenges. Ron Warner, USA Radio News.
At the closing bell, the Dow Jones dropped 272, the S&P lost 40 points, and the Nasdaq fell by 84. I'm Lizzie Radabali.
From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
No matter who we are or where we come from, we all experience difficulties in life.
Military veterans know that sometimes it takes strength and determination to make it through.
Whether it's obvious physical challenges or struggles on the inside, it takes strength to ask for help when you need it.
I knew that I had to get support, not just for me, but for the sake of my wife and kids.
Talking about it has helped me feel more like myself again.
Honestly, it was hard to open up at first, but it's changed my life for the better.
Learn how veterans like us have reached out for help, and hear stories of strength and recovery at maketheconnection.net.
President Trump called on senators to vote on a bill
which would make daylight saving time permanent. In a post on Truth Social, Trump wrote, "More sun later in the day is better, including for fighting crime." President also said changing clocks and watches twice yearly causes disruption and chaos. The bill proposes making daylight saving time the permanent standard time nationwide. The House approved the legislation last month. John Sommers, USA Radio News.
California's fight over a proposed billionaire wealth tax is heating up, with wealthy residents pouring nearly $40 million more into the campaign against it.
It's time for a national billionaires tax and a new social contract. A true minimum tax on billionaires that, ensures the people at the very top pay at least the tax rate their own workers pay.
Proposition 40 would impose a one-time 5% tax on billionaires, with most of the estimated $100 billion in revenue going towards health care. A naval ship in the Western Pacific Ocean had to be taken out of service.
The guided missile destroyer, the USS Benfold, based out of Washington State, was in the South China Sea last month. The ship suffered a major generator failure on July 24th. That breakdown left hundreds of sailors without power, propulsion, air conditioning for 4 days. A commander from the 7th Fleet said a nearby naval cruiser stepped in to provide emergency meals before the warship was towed to the Philippines for repairs. The Benfold back in service. The Navy is investigating. I'm Phil Farrar.
And I'm Anthony Lucero, USA Radio News.
Would you know where to turn if you or a loved one became paralyzed? For thousands of families, the National Paralysis Resource Center has been that lifeline. But now federal funding's at risk. Sherman Gillums Jr., a partially paralyzed Marine veteran with the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation, explains why.
This is about more than just a budget line. It's about veterans, caregivers, and families, real people who need these resources to live more productive and independent lives.
Learn more at ChristopherReeve.org.
Truck downtime costs you money. One hidden killer on Cummins ISX-15 engines is weak injector cups. When they leak, coolant gets into the cylinders and suddenly you're facing a big repair bill. Industrial Injection has the fix. Our Torque Lock Injector Cup Kit with a threaded Torque Lock design. These cups stay sealed for good. No more coolant leaks. No more surprise downtime. Keep your truck on the road. Ask your shop for Industrial Injection Torque Lock Injector Cups today.
Like the men and women who power America, the people at Hot Shot Secret work hard and play harder. We're the fastest growing diesel and oil additive brand in the country. We solve problems. We protect engines. We save you money. And more importantly, time. Hot Shot Secret. Powered by science.
All righty, kicking off another hour. A brand new day coming our way as we roll into Tuesday. All right, for those just joining us, good to have you along for the ride. Welcome aboard. Looks like, I'm seeing some of your messages there. I guess the app is pretty much unlistenable, like double play. Echo. We had Ryan spent like nearly 2 hours in the system working on some of the audio issues this past day, and whatever we ended up with wasn't right. So I won't be able to do anything about that until later today. We'll have to get Ryan back in here and see what the heck's going on. So if you're listening to the echo on the app, you can go to Facebook, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Rumble, you can go to any of the terrestrial affiliates out there around the country. Listen via their live streams. OvernightDriveRadio.com, of course. Find the alternatives, and I apologize. Meanwhile, let's see. Morning, Steve. Mark checking in. Sun just beginning to rise in the UK. Waiting to load some flat steel. Headed for the north of England. Of course, Mark catches us on YouTube. Thank you for being a part of the show there on the other side of the world, Mark. Good afternoon, Larry. Trying to get back on schedule here. Just got my truck back last week. It was in the shop having the bottom end rebuilt after something went through the plastic oil pan. I had been using another truck, so I've been starting a little later. Did a couple of different drops. I wondered where you've been there, Larry. You've been missing you for a few weeks. All right, welcome back. Buckeye boys, I can't believe I spent 3 hours on the phone yesterday being prepped for a Friday deposition with the attorney representing us for a fender bender in the parking lot by one of my trucks. I now have to go to the expense of getting a hotel Thursday night so I can be in a quiet hotel room on Friday to do the deposition thing. It's not cool. What are they trying to tell you? 3 hours preparing for a deposition? What are you going to say? Accidents happen, right? A fender bender? Somebody trying to sue you for something outrageous or something? Anyway, Ed's on board. Good morning from Gallup, New Mexico. Good to have you with us. There's Gary, 72, Southwest Ohio, here on an early Tuesday morning. Welcome back, Sasquatch.
Hey, all right. What is so important? Listen to that news report. I get protecting the immigrants that done it right to get here and be part of this country. But why are we trying to protect immigrants that aren't here legally?
Correct.
And are they taking some of the jobs that the youth of today don't want to do, that should be doing? I'm just kind of curious. Are they really trying to set this up to where even if he could run for election again, there's no way he's going to beat? They're going to stick some puppet in there, but with everything that they're staging, there's no way Trump could win again if he was eligible to run with the way things seem to be stacking up.
Right.
And like I said, the one governor or someone's thinking of, working on lowering cost, the cost of living and everything else. Well, if you think maybe if we work together now, you wouldn't have to worry about that in 2-3 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, back to my story. That happened outside a little town called Green Camp, Ohio, and me and the state trooper were having such a giggle about it on how today's generation youth think that they're owed something. And he had to explain to her that comprehension on your insurance is for stuff like this. And she goes, no. She was adamant that I pay for her windshield. And I was like, lady, I'm 22 hours into this day, and I am not dealing with this. You have a great day. And yeah, it was.
But even when the officer tried to tell her, there's nothing you can do about it. That's.
She still insisted that someone needed to pay for her windshield. And they finally he told me, he said, just take off. Go. And then, it was like.
Go about your merry way. Just.
Yeah. Yeah. And he said, I'm glad. Well, when he met me at home, it's because I wasn't staying. 1 o'clock in the morning, you don't know who the hell's out there anymore. So, and he come over and he says, you don't have a thing to worry about, but she was persistent. I know. That's why I left her where she was sitting. I'm not going to argue with her. But yeah, I just thought that would be one of them things that you're not going to believe this. And she was driving an Audi, something or another, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And literally told me that I had to stay there. But that's what we got for society nowadays. So, okay. that young lady just kind of forced me back to where I'm going to start carrying again when I'm not in a commercial. Because I quit carrying. But not anymore. You're going to chase me over a cracked windshield? What else can go on?
Yep.
Go on out here. I mean, really? So, and they're just, I wish we could carry in the commercial, but that's all right. If you want to steal the truck that I'm driving, go for it. I'll give you the keys and my dinner bucket. But, well, okay. If you think that you can outrun any law enforcement in a 72-mile-an-hour tractor trailer, go for it. Yes, we'll be watching you on Cops next week. But, all right, that's all I got, really. I just thought I'd start that off, but that happened Friday night into Saturday morning. And it's like, so quite interesting.
Not the way to start your day. Interesting you brought up, the carrying, packing when you're out there on the road. It's no rule against a truck driver having a gun in their truck. It's the company policies. Many of the companies forbid it. I know at the same time there's a lot of drivers out there that are company drivers that say, I don't care about the company policy. I'll rather lose my job than lose my life, right? And I did also, I came across this video, I think when I shared it, I said something along the line of, your thoughts, is this true? And turns out CDL Life actually had the story, shared the video, the same one this past day. It's a truck driver that actually was recording, obviously with his smartphone. He was parked, speaking to a security guard at a truck stop there in southeast Texas. And this is to prove that it really happened. In the video, the truck driver he's at a truck stop in Baytown, Texas. And he films himself speaking with the security guard who was on alert for cargo thieves. This is what he said I need when I'm in Texas at a truck stop, the driver says. Now, his accent seemingly shows he's obviously from somewhere much further north. But here in Texas, at this location, PD and myself would recommend that you have your gun. So if anyone tries to steal off your truck or your trailer, you shoot them. That's the words from the security officer. This is considered your home, he says. Here in Texas, you are protecting your home and your belongings that go to your home. So anyone that's trying to present themselves as a threat, shoot them down, he says. To which the truck driver responds, yeah, right on. Yeah, I wish I had my gun with me. So, yeah, you pull up the video there. CDL Life this past day. I've shared it on my personal Facebook page, but what do you say? It's 844-844-3388. The Steve Sommers Overnight Drive.
Truck downtime costs you money. One hidden killer on Cummins ISX 15 engines is weak injector cups. When they leak, coolant gets into the cylinders and suddenly you're facing a big repair bill. Industrial Injection has the fix. Our Torque Lock Injector Cup Kit with a threaded Torque Lock design. These cups stay sealed for good. No more coolant leaks. No more surprise downtime. Keep your truck on the road. Ask your shop for Industrial Injection Torque Lock Injector Cups today.
Dean Michael, the tax doctor here. Are you tired of those tax problems following you around like a dark cloud? Always in the back of your mind, losing sleep at night? Call me now and get your life back. 888-557-4020 or go to mytaxhelpmd.com. Pretending they're not there won't make them go away. The IRS isn't going to forget. They will levy your bank account and garnish your wages. Don't wait for that to happen. I'm not telling you these things to scare you. I'm telling you so you can benefit from my years of experience. Now is the time to act. 888-557-4020.
Truckers spend lots of hours on the road. So when it comes to staying connected, you need a headset that works just as hard as you do. Blue Parrot is the #1 headset brand for professional drivers, and we've taken the quality you've come to expect from us and made it even better. Check out our newest headsets, the Pro B350 and Pro B450, offering you more hours of talk time, better voice control, extreme comfort, and industry-leading AI voice isolation microphones. So you can spend more time talking about the important things and less time repeating yourself. To get yours, check out BlueParrot.com. Blue Parrot, hear and be heard. It's time to step up your fuel filtration game. The AirDog heavy-duty diesel fuel system doesn't just filter fuel like the others. It fully optimizes your truck's fuel system for peak efficiency. The AirDog removes contaminants, including particulates, water, air, and vapor, optimizing the pressure feed, providing your engine with the ultra-clean supply of fuel it needs for the quickest starts, smoothest idle, best fuel economy, and highest performance possible. Get started on the road to optimization today at airdogdiesel.com. Ready to beat the heat this summer? Keep your long haul, short haul, off-road adventure, or just stay cool while on site with Be Cool. Designed with on or off-the-road vehicles in mind, Be Cool offers you DC-powered cooling, low voltage protection, easy installation, and more. Beat the heat with Be Cool. It's the cooler way to go. With air conditioners for semi-trucks starting at $888. Get yours today. Visit b-coolaircon.com or call 778-590-5000. That's 778-590-5000. Want to advertise your brand on the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive and help grow your business through one of the hottest radio shows and podcasts in America? We would love to hear from you. Rates have never been better to put your brand on our show, or maybe you just want to kick the tires. Email us at ssod@hotshotsecret.com and take the first steps towards taking your brand to the next level through advertising on the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive.
All right, back at it here at 844-844-3388. Another little tidbit Sasquatch just brought up there. Yeah, where all these states trying to protect the drivers, the truckers that are illegally in the country or improperly trained, have come out of the CDL mills and things of that nature. Remember we mentioned last evening where there were, 12 states that have sued the Department of Transportation, trying to prevent them to access the information, the state records about their CDL holders. Here at another example of a federal judge this past day. Just like that, one of these federal judges steps in to block the Department of Homeland Security from reviewing the state databases of truck drivers, as we're trying to get the illegal migrants out of the trucking industry, right? U.S. District Judge Anthony Trenga issued an administrative stay preventing Department of Homeland Security from accessing the records of 17 million commercial truck drivers from the American Association of Motor Vehicle Administrators. Now, his order came after that lawsuit was filed. It was actually 21 Democrat-controlled states, surprise, surprise, claiming that the government has no right to the information and would have to, order individual subpoenas for each and every record. According to FreightWaves, Homeland Security says, they need the records to ensure the safety on America's roads. They want to use these records to weed out illegal migrants who've been granted commercial licenses by these blue states. The feds hope to cancel the licenses and obviously get the dangerous drivers off the road. This was a George W. Bush appointed judge. issued the administrative stay to prevent the administration from obtaining the records. Judge Trenga also ordered Department of Homeland Security to return any records it's got and not to inspect the records. Now, Sean Duffy, Transportation Secretary, has pledged he's not going to compromise safety. Yeah, we will not compromise on road safety. Liberal states are suing the DOT to stop us from making sure our roads are safe. He said they're actually prioritizing the illegal immigrant truckers over American citizens. He said, we will fight. We will fight. This. What is it with these federal judges? And I don't know, as many of you out there in listener land have said, these liberal states, they don't care about you or your family or your kids, your husband and wife out there on the roadway. They're more concerned about protecting those who have literally come into the country illegally. Well, let's see what's going on with Eagle this morning.
Okay. Yeah, I got a couple of things to talk about tonight before I get to this situation in Michigan that's supposed to happen today. I want to talk about a couple of truck driving things. I just looked at something while I was on hold. I forgot what it was on. It was on Facebook on that thing I told you about the other day. They said in Nashville, Tennessee today, a truck driver, they say he went to sleep and took a break for a couple of hours, and they claim that a homeless person went to sleep underneath his trailer at the truck stop, I guess, because he was trying to keep cool. And they claim that when he pulled off, he drove over the body of the person that was sleeping under his trailer, and they got killed. They got tires ran over the body. They found the dead body in the parking lot, and they claim the truck driver kept going, but they claim he didn't know he did it. I don't know if they claim they don't have the identification of the truck. I forgot what the name of it was on Facebook, but they got all these different accidents. It's ridiculous how many accidents they actually have on a daily basis. If you look at some of these things that's going on Facebook with these reckless truck drivers out there nowadays. They got a lot of stuff going on right now, and they cracking down. All these states are cracking down. I forgot to talk to you about that last night in Louisiana.